Turning now to the information war inside Russia, the U.S. State Department, hackers, even Arnold Schwarzenegger are trying to reach Russians with the truth.
This is not the war to defend Russia that your grandfathers or your great-grandfathers fought. This is an illegal war. Your lives, your limbs, your futures are being sacrificed for a senseless war condemned by the entire world.
There are messages like that making an impact. Are they getting through to the Russians who need to hear it the most? My next guest fled Russia after the war began. Ilya Krasilchik is a Russian tech executive who is now living in the country of Georgia. Hi, Ilya. First off, if you would, walk us through the process of making the decision to flee Russia and what it was like to get out of the country.
I think we made this decision quite quick. I think a day before the war, we didn't understood that the war will start. Nobody believed in it. And after it happened on February 24th, so it was really easy to understand that the world has changed and our life changed. So I think in a couple of days we understood that the situation in Moscow, the atmosphere in Moscow is quite awful, and a lot of people try to escape, try to buy some tickets to any flights, to any airlines, any countries, and it was quite hard. I saw a lot of people in the streets who just said goodbye to each other and said, let's meet in Yerevan or in Georgia, in Tbilisi, or somewhere else. We just understood that we don't know how much time do we have before the border will close. In the Russian history, we know that almost, I think, half of the 20th century, the border of the state was closed. So this is a real fear in Russia that you can escape your country. So I think in 3 days we were already in Dubai, and then we came to Tbilisi. Yeah, we're right now with my girlfriend in Tbilisi.
You said that the atmosphere was awful in Russia. Tell us a little bit more about that. What was it like?
I hope I will never see something like that again. When a lot of people, actually all of people around me understood that the crime is happening, that our army is killing the people in Ukraine. We all have a lot of friends in Ukraine. We speak the same language with them. I was in Ukraine myself for dozens of times. I love this country, and when you see this, and when you understand that this is your country, when you understand that your world just is falling apart, and actually you can't do anything with it. So you come to the streets, you go for a protest, and there is a lot of police. They just can arrest you, and we saw this a lot of times. We saw it for a decade, and we try to protest, and every time we just or get beaten, or just go arrested, or just get another repressive laws in our country. So this atmosphere of a loose atmosphere of the catastrophe. It's horrific, yeah.
Help us understand right now, because you said that a lot of people you were around understood what was going on, the horrific atrocities happening by the Russians against the Ukrainians. But right now, when Russians turn on their TV or log onto the internet, what are they seeing and being told about this war?
Yeah, I need to say that even on the state government, state-controlled surveys, 30% of Russians are against this war. And I think the numbers are quite higher because these numbers are state-controlled. But 30% of Russia is 40 million of people. So a lot of people in Russia are strictly against this war. So anyway, there is a lot of people. Most of them are 60 years and older, maybe 55. They watch the Russian TV, or sometimes they read something in the state-controlled Telegram channels or state-controlled media in the internet, and they are quite brainwashed. And on Instagram, I asked some of my subscribers to send me some conversations between their parents or grandparents or something, sometimes friends or brothers and sisters about this war. And it is really depressing when people write their relatives about what's happening, and the relatives said that no, there is no war. I don't believe you. You're lying to me. And I have a lot of screenshots of these conversations when some girl said that mother beaten her, or some mother just abandoned her son, or some father called his daughter a traitor and said if she gets arrested it will be the right thing. So this is quite awful, and I think this is a good study for the future scientists to understand how the propaganda works. And actually all of these people they can find the proper news. There is there are Telegram channels. You can read the normal news in Russia still, but somehow these people are brainwashed.
So even though they would see, for example, the Arnold Schwarzenegger video telling them the truth of what happened, how effective do you think that could be in persuading these people who are brainwashed that the Russians are killing innocent civilians and Ukrainians, and that this is not about, wiping out the neo-Nazis, as Putin just reiterated today at this concert?
No, first of all, I'm not sure that they will see Schwarzenegger's speech. This is actually a fantastic speech, and I know a lot of my friends who saw this many times, further and rewind. So yes, this is a fantastic speech, but the Russian TV will not show this speech. The problem is that not only about Mr. Schwarzenegger's speech. The problem is that people don't see that the Russian army really is bombing the Ukrainian cities. They don't see this. They think that it's some Nazis in Ukraine maybe killed innocent civilians in Ukraine, and they really believe it. And they think that they don't understand actually how many Russian soldiers died already in Ukraine in this senseless war. They just don't understand that it's happening.
Will you ever go back to Russia?
I hope. I'm young. I'm not right now. Surely not. I think it's just dangerous. I want to come back to Russia. This is my home. I love Russia. I love Moscow. Problem is that, in my point of view, the Russia which I knew, it doesn't exist anymore. It's kind of different country. We need to understand what is our country right now. So I think actually that Putin was preparing for this war for 8 years. We didn't understand this. We didn't understand that this all is was going to war. We thought that yes, our reality was destroying, the institutes were destroying, free speech was destroying, but we didn't understood that this will end this so horrible war. And the Russia before the war and Russia after the war, inside the Russia and for whole world, is quite a different country. And right now we just don't need only to think about how we need to come back, but what is this country and how can we survive this catastrophe? Because I think this is catastrophe for us as a country.
And for the world. Ilya, thank you so much. You say you hope to go back to Russia, and will it be safe?
Yeah, first of all, this is a catastrophe for Ukraine. The second for us.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Ilya, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it, and best of luck with everything. I know how difficult it must be to just uproot your life and leave in such a quick fashion, so thank you.
Thank you.